So the drama YouTuber John Swan recently posted this clip of QTCinderella that went viral on Twitter with the caption, "Nah, Twitch streamers aren't real. There's no way," laughing my ass off.
Health insurance?
No.
Why?
Are you on your parents?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations. What are you gonna do?
I'm get my own.
How?
With my money.
How?
What do you mean?
How? Who do you call?
To get health insurance?
Yeah.
Someone who provides health insurance? What is this question? What do you mean? Are you saying because you don't know how?
I don't know how!
Why don't you ask Let's parents? Or your dad?
I come from a very Republican family that if the
you go to the doctor I can't believe you don't have health insurance. I did not know
this sounds like a lecture that I didn't expect.
I did not. You go so often.
I know, but I'm limited because I get really stressed because I don't have any resources and I get really confused. It's the same reason that I went to culinary school instead of normal college. No one prepped me. My family abandoned me. I didn't know. All of a sudden, everyone in junior year of high school is like, I got accepted into Harvard, I got accepted into MIT, and I'm like, wait, we were supposed to submit stuff? I had no clue. No one told me. Everyone forgot about me.
John Ford responds by saying, "I see a lot of people making fun of this person, but you really don't know how this person grew up. Just because you don't know something doesn't mean you deserve to get made fun of. Just my take." Dr. Bricktop responds by saying, "Well, no one taught me, so I guess I'll just not know forever." Poptanon replies by saying, "How are you supposed to learn something if you don't even know what it is to ask?" Bricktop then responds with the picture of a Google search that says how to get health insurance in the search bar, and then Adrivan responds by saying, "This is in case you are aware you do not know something, but for example, what she said about not knowing, you had to submit something. You can't Google something you are not even aware of." Murray Diaz Beacon responds, "In this case you are forgetting that at the front desk of most hospitals, they will ask you for your health insurance." Decliner Spike responds to John Swan by saying, "The accountability is off the charts." Kat Niki says, "Out of everything you could have clipped from Wine About It, you clipped a fairly normal American experience, lol." Icarus Bath says, "Bro, how hard is it to type health insurance into Google?" Static Path says, "To be fair, QTCinderella is from a Mormon family in Utah, so it makes sense." Speedy says, "She grew up in a poor Mormon family with a lack of resources, and her mother, a substance user, passed away when she was around 20. She experienced grooming, abusive relationships, and a lot of trauma. Women are expected to stay at home and look pretty in that religion." Pasta Chilnino says, "Bruh, I'm first generation in America, and even I know how to apply to college, cause I asked. All you gotta do is ask," laughing my ass off. Rin Yikes quote tweets John and says, "Talks about how they were neglected as a child in a way that's financially harmed them for many years." Laughing my ass off, stupid bitch. Flygon HG says, "Kinda weird to use this as a gotcha when the US healthcare system is objectively difficult to navigate and intentionally opaque. Getting my own healthcare was easily the worst part of becoming self-employed." Briz-chan says, "I relate to her so hard." Maple quote tweets John and says, "Jump scare," showing a picture of the Minecraft YouTuber Dream in a detective outfit. And if you want to know what this is a reference to, I have an entire video talking about it that I will link in a card in the top right hand corner. Lucifer quote tweets John and says, "I've never seen someone want to get sued for defamation more than John Swan. Is it a kink? You got a thing for humiliation? Cause last time I checked, you got exposed for lying, got ran off of multiple platforms, and are now crawling your way out of the sewer of irrelevancy." She then shows pictures of multiple John Swan exposed videos on YouTube by Lanza, Jalen, Wacky TV, and The Franchise. She also shows this article from Stephen Asarch with the headline, "A drama YouTuber left social media after admitting involvement in impersonating a Minecraft star and sending offensive DMs to a fan." She captions this by saying, "Like, I just know this can't be you trying to puff up your chest again. Can it?" Valo says, "This is what life is like when your parents don't guide you as you're growing up. I got kicked out at 15, and things like going to the doctors, or taxes, or starting/quitting a job, or literally anything about adult life are completely foreign. It's terrifying." Dreamy says, "No way y'all are shocked at this? A lot of people were raised by neglectful parents, and don't teach their children a lot of this stuff. When I got cut off my family insurance at 22, I didn't know anything about health insurance." Amanda, who runs the channel Swell Entertainment on YouTube, quote tweets John Swan and says, "As someone who had to figure out a lot of shit out on my own at 17/18, after cutting off an abusive parent, this is not that shocking. One of the ways my parents abused me was making sure I had no control over any of my documents, finances, medical info, etc. I finally was able to get my original documents when I lied by telling them my community college would only accept the originals from me, due to FERPA. I hope the response to her sharing this doesn't prevent her from asking questions, or for help with things like this in the future." Roberto Blake responds to Amanda by saying, "School Schools need to teach actual skills required in adult life, and shouldn't assume that you have had certain things available to you from your parent. It doesn't have to be abuse or neglect. Some parents don't know anything beyond what they had to know to get by so far. School wastes a lot of time and funding teaching irrelevant things, versus what will give you a fighting chance. But to be fair, kids who grew up watching you should also know they can use YouTube to learn and find out basic adult things like insurance, taxes, and financial aid, just as easily as they could look up trends and their favorite shows. Rebecca responds to Amanda by saying, "It's really frustrating to see folks victim blame here, when it's pretty clear that this was neglect, especially from the folks who said, 'I went through this too.' The people who say, 'Google it,' how would she know what to Google without a conversation like this one?" Randy says, "Twitch streamers aren't real, and the example is them rightfully confused by the American health system." Anthony says, "I despise everyone saying, 'Just Google it.' She didn't know about the existence of health insurance or college applications, so how was she supposed to know what to Google? And not everyone gets unfettered internet access to even be able to use Google in the first place." Kathy Hatch says, "I didn't have health insurance until I was 28. This is not unusual at all. It's expensive, and confusing if your job doesn't provide it for you." QTCinderella then responds directly to John Swan by saying, "FTR, I'm from Washington. All my primary care doctors are there, so I struggle because I live in Cali now, and didn't want to get health insurance here since I want to go to my primary whenever I go home. I didn't really plan on moving to Cali, it just happened, so I've been in limbo. Let me know if anyone knows of an insurance that covers multiple states. Whenever I look into it, I get really overwhelmed, and I don't have resources to help me. I thought this was a pretty consistent human experience, but apparently I'm just a dumbass. Also, I still pay when I go to the doctors, I just pay with cash. I didn't think it was a big deal if cash is an option. I'm not scamming anyone. People have certain triggers that overwhelm them. This is one for me. I wish I could explain it, I just can't. I have bought a house, filed taxes every year, have multiple companies, run a massive award show. I'm very smart. I just have triggers. I genuinely wish I didn't. Everyone in this thread bandwagoning to bully, I hope it makes you feel better about yourselves." Michael responds by saying, "How does one's political party affiliation have anything to do with setting up your children for success? Makes absolutely zero sense." QT responds, "It has nothing to do with it. There was a sentence that was cut out that gave it context." Dabwell D says, "Bro, I have a PhD and work in theoretical physics. Stuff like pension, insurance, taxes overwhelm the fuck out of me too. It's got nothing to do with being stupid." Bikino says, "QT, no offense, but responding to these people is only giving them the attention they want. There's no benefit to replying." Katie says, "Health insurance in the US is purposefully made to be overwhelming, convoluted, and hard to navigate, especially outside of employer-provided plans. I worked with health plans for years and helped several successful, smart, self-employed friends who dreaded this. You are not alone." Plain Rock responds by saying, "Ego," and then quote tweets her and says, "Why hate Twitch streamers in one tweet?" He then shows a screenshot of a tweet Nicholas Diorio made and says, "Same person, lol." In this tweet, Nick quote tweeted QT, listing off rules for restreaming her Streamer Awards event, and captions it by saying, "I think it's funny how Twitch streamers set rules for reaction streamers when it comes to freebooting their own content, laughing my fucking ass off." Augie RFC quote tweets QTCinderella and says, "Society is doomed." And then John Swan tweets out, "Insane how angry people get when all you do is post a clip of them talking. Like, you said that, lol." And that's about it for this little controversy on Twitter. I'd love to know what your guys' opinion on this is in the comment section below. Do you think QTCinderella is being stupid? Do you think this confusion over getting health insurance in the US is justified? Do you think John Swan's being a dick? Or do you think John Swan was simply sharing an interesting clip and was genuinely shocked by her lack of knowledge, rather than just trying to find something to poke at QTCinderella about? Whatever your thoughts are, I would love to hear them. And while you're at it, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate you leaving a like on it and subscribing with notifications on, as I frequently make content like this that you might not want to miss. And if there's any content you did miss, be sure to check out the end card right now to see if there's a video I've already made that you are interested in watching. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.